So I'm going to show you one that has already been done. So if we look on the property list here, so this agent has loaded up 7 properties. So let's say if we take this one, for example. So once you've added the property information, the first page, this will bring you up to this section here. So I'm going to go through this section by section, bit by bit, what you need to know. So in this section here where we have property name, so the property name with you'll be putting on here with it's a 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house, a 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, etc. Right? So this would be appearing. So if we click on here, it appears here, 3-bed house. So when you're putting your ad, that's what's going to appear. So let's have a look here, deals. So this is what it appear. 4-bed detached house, 4-bed house, 3-bed house with garage. So property name, so that's how your property name would be. In this section here, all the description about the property you'll be putting in here. And we want to see that. So there you go, your property description would come here. So you'll be clicking on it if the property is sold, if it's under offer, it'll be on here. Then we come on to here, property type. So if it's a residential property, but commercial property, a developer. So now the relevance of this is it depends. Now, let's say, for example, it's a residential property. This is now, when it comes to the research documents, the research questions, they're going to be different for those of a commercial property and those of a developer. So let me show you. So this is now on residential. So if we look at the research document, so it says document all things negative. Right, for similar property comparables, right, 30 points you should cover when researching a property, etc. So these are the questions here. So if we go back to the information, and if I now change this to developer, these are sort of questions that you'll be asking. So as you can see, the research questions are totally different. For commercial property, questions to ask like an estate and commercial agent, so they bring you the deals. These are similar to the residential, however they're different because it's now relevant to a commercial property. So now you understand why we need this. So these sections, you have the residential questions, commercial questions, developer questions. Now here, you have whether it's, you need to select if it's a residential property, whether it's a flat house or any. Under this section, the property potential, what does the property have the potential to do? So if you click on here, you'll be able to select whether it's a home to live, so, or it could be have a buy to let. So there may be multiple or single let, etc. So all these, what the property potential has. So this property potential, what it has, so we'll be able to kind of match this up. We'll be able to like at least tell the investor that look, this property has this potential. So here we'll be putting in the purchase price. So the purchase price will also be part of the matching process. Right. So again, the property, when we're looking at the property in terms of whatever the value is, so then whatever the investor's requirements are, does it fit in the budget, the investor's budget? So as we can see for the location, so it's a city which is required for the matching process, and plus also the postcode. And so in this section here, we have the vendor details. We already have the vendor details, right? What his name is, his numbers, the address details, etc. And so then we will be clicking on the save button. So that provides us with all the information of the property. So let's get onto the research documents. So with the research documents, so everything that you need to know as part of your research, it is here. So, you know, if you type in the full property postcode, you will check on Rightmove and Zoopla. So what is the highest price? What's the lowest price? So you put those figures down here. So it's just quite straightforward. You just follow this. So any information you need to know. Right. So in this section here, you'll be looking at the similar property comparables of local properties for sale and sold prices on Rightmove and Zoopla. So again, you'll be putting on here like-for-like properties, free like-for-like properties in the area. Like sold properties that have been, so these are properties which have been marketed. These ones will be properties which have been sold. So here you're asking for property estate agents' opinions. If there's any other additional information you need to know, so you can be putting it all down there. So you just click on save, and that will take you on to the next section. 13 points you should always consider or cover when researching a property. So you've got you have your tips here. You have all the questions that you need to be asking, and so you can be putting all the information down here. Vendor consultation. Vendor is a seller. See, these are the questions that you need to be asking the seller. So as you can see here, right, see all the questions up here. You just fill this in. You move on to the next section then, the property survey. So again, all the questions you need to be asking for. So it's all there. So you just go through this section by section. It's quite straightforward, and you just fill this in. So this is all the things that you need to do as part of the research. Any images of the property, so you take pictures, etc., you'll save them onto your laptop or wherever, right? So then you'll be able to click onto this section here. As you click onto this section here, you'll be able to go into the file and just click onto there. Or if you needed to, you could be taking that from wherever it is, and you could drag them into here as well. So it's quite straightforward. So as you can see, the images. There you go. So you've got images of the property there. Under this section here, the documents. If there's any documents that you need for the property, like for example, EPC certificates, right? Any electrical installation certificates, right? Any receipts that have been done, any warranties for building works that have been done, right? So you'll be able to kind of just put all those documents in this area here. So you have them all in one place. Under this section here, your local amenities. So you'll be able to kind of put in how far is the station by walk, how far is the station by car, how far is the station by the bus stops, etc. So you'll be able to fill all this in here as well. It's all straightforward. Then you click onto your submit button. Key features. Okay, so now these key features, right? How many bedrooms, right? Is a property? What is the size of sizes of the property? So now let's say, for example, so this is a 3-bedroom property. So this is indicating 3 bedrooms. As we'll be able to kind of see here, it's 3 bedrooms, right? Now let's go back here. So let's say, for example, a 2-bedroom property. So I would just take this off here. If I take this off here now, if I click on submit, so the same thing here. So how many showers has it got? So if you want to add, if there's more than one shower, you'd be adding. If it's not there, you'd be taking off. So here you have the sizes of the bedrooms. So it is X amount of square meters, right? Whatever, so you put the sizes there. If it's not got a conservatory, you can then take this off. If it's got a conservatory, you can add to it, right? If it's got a driveway, etc. as well. So you have all of these questions here, quite straightforward. Is there any understairs storage? So you can just put all the, just basically click on submit. This now brings us on to the negotiations deal packaging section. Here you have all the important tips, 60 important tips to negotiate lower prices and a better property deal. So you have all the tips, everything that you need to do, right? All the steps, but whether it's from provide proof of funds, demonstrate that you're seriously ready to buy, either cash or have a decision principle. To you must provide proof that you have the necessary deposit funds ready and available, and it gives you a tip here to consider stamp duty, right? Make clear and state your expectation if the offer is accepted, i.e. that you don't want any other viewings to take place and no other offers to be considered. So you have all the steps, right? So that we finish with a letter with a confident sign-off, include a personal message to the seller or the agent. So you have every single step, or most of the steps that you need to kind of be going through here. Once you've gone through those steps, right, then this is showing you how to package and structure a deal. So basically, when you're going to be presenting the deal to a investor, the investor is going to want to know what area, what is the location, right, of the property. What is a property type? Is it residential, commercial, right, industrial, what? Right. What is the market value? How much is a property worth? So they want to know that information as well. How much are we able to purchase it for? So depending on how much, whatever the price is, right, what is the discount amount? then what is a discount percentage? Now, sometimes the discount percentage, but the discount amount may not sound as much, especially where it's a property. Let's say, for example, you got a property for like £100,000, right? And you're saying that you get it for £85,000, right? You know, and so £15,000 may not sound a lot, but it's 15% discount. So that's quite a reasonable discount. So you have your discount percentage, so you have discount amount here, your return on investment. So what is your return on investment? So we put on the return on investment in percentage here. What is the rental income that the property can receive? So that is also a good thing to know. But investors be interested in this sort of information. So when they're doing their due diligence, they want to know all this so they can see, okay, this is how much rent I'll be getting. So what is going to be the rental yield? So this will be my rental yield based on like my investment, etc. as well. You know, this is the income I'm getting, and this is the yield I'll be receiving. Right? Incentive potential. So what has this property got the incentive potential to do? Right, so we put in that information there. What potential refurb costs are there if they to be known? So then again, this information is very, very important. So this information which we're putting here, you'll be able to see here. So again, this is the plot type, it's residential, the market value is this, the purchase price is that, but discount amount is that. So this is very, very important because this information is what is going to entice, this is what's going to attract investors or other people to make inquiries or to request viewings. So this is how we package it up. This is what they can be looking at. Right, before, and they think, okay, yes, the figures stack up. So when they're doing their due diligence, when they're saying, okay, do these figures stack up? Does it make sense? So they can be going through this process. Then finally, in this section here, these are, if you want to view your legal documents, right, all the legal documents that you have signed up for, so you'll be able to view these here, just making sure that everything is fine. So as you can see, all the information that you need, you'll be able to store this in one section, but you know, it complies with like GDPR rules, like with confidentiality rules. You cannot, you know, you won't be losing anything. So everything there is in your space. It's in your space. So if you was to lose a piece of paper, whatever, you've got it there on your system. It's all logged in.